Welcome to the Healthy Metal Hippie podcast, where art and wellness collide. Well, hi and welcome back to the Healthy Metal Hippie. Today we are talking about taking all those chances that we wish we would have taken. The missed chances, the forgotten ones, the things that we left behind. You know, a couple weeks ago we were talking about your first dream and continuing to follow it. I really believe in the fact that our dreams and our goals, they might change along the path as we get older and we start to realize that maybe our lives have changed or our desires have changed. But I guess what the big thing is sometimes we want to try new things. We want to take new chances, and we don't. We let experiences and we let life pass us by in some ways. And I find this so sad. Not everybody wants to step outside their comfort zone and take chances on new things, but you always hear people talking about when they get old, they don't regret the things that they've done. They regret the things that they haven't done. And what I wonder is, are there things that you already feel regrets for not doing, not starting, turning down, saying no to? Maybe you felt yourself shrinking down for other people to accommodate and make their lives easier while forgetting the things that are important to you and that you value and that you want to grow and to experience. In the long run, you know, we make sacrifices, say, for our children, and, you know, and sometimes there are certain things, like we've talked about before, that you have to do for survival, to get through a tough moment or whatever the situation may be. And what we're talking about today isn't really that. It's a saying no to things that you do want to experience without any reason, then, maybe I shouldn't. I think we often get stuck in what we think we should do or what other people think that we should do, instead of getting stuck into what is valuable for us and what we see growth in and how we feel important movement. And it's a tricky mindset to shift and to grow out of and to change. But the should, I think, should be replaced by the desire, by the drive to do something, by the drive to experience, the want, the passion, the purpose behind taking a chance on something new. This could be trying something new off the menu at your favorite restaurant. It could be changing jobs or getting a new haircut. So the changes, they can be really small things, or they can actually be really enormous life changes. But I think if there's something that draws you there, it draws you for a reason. It's important to look at the options. Of course, you know, if you're gonna try out something that's highly dangerous and it's a high probability that, you know, you'll get injured and hurt forever. Is that risk worth it? We don't know. Only you can make that decision. But no matter what the decision is, you weigh out your pros and cons of doing something. I think most people do. If it's something that's a big taking a chance, you make that decision based on the information that you have at the time, and you go forward. I have, you know, I even think about some of the podcast conversations that we've had and where people go, yeah, so I did this thing and sure didn't turn out how I wanted it, but I don't regret it. I feel that way a lot when I think about even simply moving to the UK from Canada. I uprooted my whole life. I got married and uprooted my life that, you know, maybe it wasn't everything that I was dreaming of, but I was ready. I love the UK and I'm so happy to be here. But it's really interesting because I had a lovely house, I had a good job, and I moved here. I took a big chance and it absolutely did not turn out the way that I expected. The marriage ended 3 years later, thank goodness, for a number of reasons that we won't get into here. And so that took a massive toll. And yeah, I mean, if you've been following along for a while, you know, I did complete career shifts. I completely left the insurance industry, which I worked in for such a long time, and I decided to show up for myself instead. These are massive chances that I took, and some of them still haven't worked out as I expected they immediately would. But the thing is, every bit gets you one step closer, not to the edge. I'm not about to break. So I feel, I mean, I've used this term before, but I feel like I took big chances. I burnt my whole life down before to rebuild in the exact way that I really desire. And that for me makes me really excited, actually. I feel really happy about those chances. Have I been hurt along the way, and have I had massive struggles? Yeah, absolutely. But I feel that it's been a good thing to take those chances. We are all built with fear of change. We are all built to kind of question the what ifs. And unfortunately, we usually just go straight to the negative. Well, what if all this bad stuff happens? But we forget about the upside of what if all of this amazing stuff happens by taking the chance. In an interesting way, I had my wonderful, wonderful best friend, Kimberly, and sadly she passed away 9 years ago at this point. And she'd always like agree to go out with different guys, and I didn't get it. I was like, why? And, you know, and because she said that she told me somebody had been like criticizing her about it, like going on like a date with somebody. And she always said to me, she's like, yeah, but if you don't try, you don't know. And, you know, I think you can apply it to dating. You don't have to date every person. You don't have to marry the people that you date. You don't have to have a long-term commitment because you went on one date together. But you can put yourself out there, give it a go, see if you like it, and give things a chance. And I think it's the same thing with the rest of life too. You can try new careers, you can try new jobs, you can live in different places, and everything builds for the better in the long run. And again, it's not saying that there won't be struggle along the way, because there absolutely is. But even though we're all built different for how much risk and how much change and all things that we can handle, that's totally fine. But if you're not doing things because you're scared of the what if, I'm going to challenge you to look at the what if things turn out beautifully. And we talk a lot about this in the coaching that I do with people, and about taking healthy, positive risks, taking a chance on all sorts of things, because you're taking a chance to find the best you for your future. And I really believe in that. Is at some point we decide that we stop holding ourselves back from the life that we want, and we start stepping towards it. And that's one of the best things that I see. It's one of the best things I found for myself, is when I allowed myself to start stepping forward to it. And it's the best thing that when I see it for my clients, that I see them stepping towards what they dream of, whether that's with building a music career, whether that's with growing their business, or just really discovering themselves on a deeper level. I just feel truly lucky that I get to work on those things with people. If it is fear that stops you sometimes, I'm going to say, do it scared. There are lots of things that we face in life that are difficult, and there's lots of things that we end up feeling afraid of at times. Do it scared and see the outcome and see actually what a rush it can be. Just push through it and do it scared. Because I'm going to bet that at least 8 times out of 10, it turns out a heck of a lot better than you might have expected. What are you going to try today? What are you going to do scared? What are you going to take a chance on? Let me know. Pop me an email, drop me a comment. And if you want help with coaching, get in touch. Send an email to info@heavymetalhippiemusic.com. And I can't wait to hear from you. Let's get started on your growth. See you soon. Thanks so much for joining us on the Healthy Metal Hippie podcast. For more ways to connect, go to www.healthymetalhippie.com.